What's up, people? It's your boy Leveled Head, back with another video, and this is gonna be a rant. This is really gonna be me bringing y'all into a thought that has been I've been pondering on, and it's been in my head for a while. I just haven't said anything, and I'm just at this point, thinking about it and sitting back, and I thought I might share it with you guys this evening and see what y'all thought. So when I get done on my little diatribe, please in the comment section leave your thoughts. Now, as you can see in the background or in the foreground, because I'm not in the picture, this is Lego City Undercover. Now, I think this is coming out next week, and I'm really looking forward to picking this game up for two reasons. One, it looks like a very good game, and two, it's going to be a breath of fresh air for me as a gamer. And let me say this now, it's not because the Wii U is really in a tight spot with games available on the system. It has nothing to do with that. This is what it has to do with. Me as a gamer, me as an adult, mature gamer, me as a father, me as a husband, I am burnt out on the ultra violence in games. I'm just gonna put it out there. I think we unhit a place to where it is just absurd. It's just beyond justifiable the amount of violence within the games that we play in this generation. Now, don't get me wrong. We have always had violence in games. Especially since we stepped into, I would say, from the PS1 up, games have been a little bit more violent than normal, but you didn't have every game, almost every top-notch, every AAA game is ultra violent. Now, I want to use this. Do y'all remember the scene in, let me find the game. I pulled out a lot of games. Y'all remember the scene in this game, and this is one of my favorite games this gen. I love the storyline. Do y'all remember the scene when you finally defeat Zeus, and Kratos just begins to beat this man head in to the point he's punching him so much that the screen just goes bloody red, right? Or when he rips off the guy's head to use his head as a flashlight. It's like, I remember my wife watching me play this game, and she was like, how can you sit there and play that? And as a gamer, you would think, if you're just coming from a gamer's point of view, you'd be like, oh, this is just a game. But a mature-minded person would say, that is unnecessary. Now, I remember I used to pause the game all the time because my 2-year-old, and at that time she wasn't 2, she was about 1, and she was right a little bit before she turned 1. And I had a son at that time. He's 10 now, but at that time I think he was 8 or 9, somewhere around there. I would pause the game, or I'll make him leave the room, or I'll pause the game and get my daughter out the room, or have my wife come and get my daughter, just to play God of War. Then after I got done playing it, as good as the storyline was, I felt like I needed to detox. I felt like I needed to cleanse my mind from all the images that I saw within this game, all the blood, all the carnage within this game. The same for this game. I mean, just crazy blood. As raw as it was, as far as a male and my testosterone and my, and all that. It was just crazy carnage, dark, like I said, Darksiders, all the darkness, the death, and the gloom. I'm just really sick of most of the games being that. Gears of War wasn't as bad as these others. There was a point to it, but still, I'm ready to get back to gaming where you can game without feeling like you getting overboard, an overdose on the wrong thing. Feel me? Like this game, Punch-Out. First of all, one of the most difficult games this generation. Most challenging game. I still ain't beat this game. Still haven't beat this game. Sandman, the second go around when he changing up, I can't even get to him. Let's not even talk about it. But it's gratifying. It's challenging. It challenged my skills. But at the same time, I can play this game with my son right there in the room and get the same challenge. Same with Skyward Sword, one of my favorite games this generation. You know what I'm saying? It's up there probably my second or third, you know, because it wasn't my first. But I probably say this was my third favorite game this generation, you know. But I can play this game as challenging, and I can watch this game without feeling sick when I get done playing it. Same with this game. You know what I'm saying? This game right here, I can play this with my son. I can get it in. We can wrestle. It's got the good graphics. It got over the top, you know, slams and all that. But I don't feel like it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Street Fighter, same thing. But here and it brings me to this game right here. I remember when I first bought, like I said, I bought my PS3 for this game and God of War 3. Now, I need to make a correction because in the video I made prior to this when I said I didn't own a PS2. I did own a PS2. One of the worst decisions I ever made was traded in my Dreamcast for the PS2, but that's another video for another time. We'll talk about that. But I remember when I bought this for Christmas, 2009. And I remember sitting there playing it in the living room before we bought our home. You know what I'm saying? We was in an apartment, but you know, we buying our home now. So anyway, I remember my wife sitting there with me while I played this game, actually getting into the story. You know, actually following Drake and all the storylines within the game. Because it reminded her of, you know what I'm saying, Indiana Jones. You know, it got a little violent, it got gunplay, it got all that, but it wasn't over the top, it wasn't overkill. I didn't feel like I had to detox from what I just viewed. You know what I'm saying? And she got to enjoy it. I like the fact that I could sit down and enjoy Nintendo Land or Mario, you know what I'm saying, with my wife and my kids. And then, but at the same time, I could pop in another game and they might not play, but they could watch me play and I could get the same gratification that I would get from God of War out of this game, like a Wonderful 101 or a Lego City or Mario Galaxy or, you know what I'm saying, a Metroid Prime or something like that. That's why I like Nintendo so much, because I get all my fulfillment and I don't feel like I just view something I shouldn't view. So let me end it here. In my comment section, man, let me know what y'all think. Let me know how y'all feel about the violence in games, the over-the-top imagery, the over-the-top language, sexuality in games. Is it getting to the point that it's too much? You know, do we really need that? I question anyone's maturity who say if the game is not giving them that, they don't feel like a man or they don't feel mature. I question if you was ever mature from the jump. Anyone that can sit through that or let their children watch that or can cuss, I guess I'm just raised a little bit differently. I don't know. So in my comment section, let me know what y'all think. As a gamer, are games getting to the point to where it's just a little too violent, just a little too much? Let me know. Like, subscribe, follow, leave your comments. Peace. Deuces.